Hey everybody, this is Casey from Casey's Heart. I just wanted to do a craft with me. I purchased this kit from Black Mountain Faith, Black Mountain Plans, and I just wanted to share it with you guys as I make this. It seems really nice. So this is the folio, and let me go through. And I'm going to include a link below for all of the kits that I used to make this today. You can see, like, there's just, I mean, purples and pinks, and it's just beautiful. Anyway, I have a little bit of a cold, so if I have to clear my throat several times, that's why. I'm kind of getting over it. But look at these tags and library cards. So I'm just showing you what's in the kit. Sorry about that, guys. And then that was the folio, and then I went and purchased the full-size sheets, which were separate, but I just love the images so much. I mean, look at this. And my printer can print borderless. Look at this. I mean, these were just, I was blown away. So immediately I'm like, oh yeah, making something out of this. I mean, look at these. I mean, it's just stunning. And I'm definitely pinks, purples. There's even some blues. I mean, it's just elegant. Like a shabby chic is what I think. Anyway, so that's the flip through. I did take some notes about, let me move these paper clips away, about kind of my idea of how I wanted to go about making something out of these. She did do a flip through, and she did a, on her channel, sorry about that, guys. She did like a how to put it together. I'm doing just a little bit different technique. I have notes. I have my notes, which don't worry about my handwriting, guys. And I have my prototype. So this is my folio. That's not all the way decorated. I just kind of did a rough prototype. But I wanted to take you guys along with me and show you what I make out of it. So let's get started. So what I did is I took, this is, which one is this? This is the Nina, let me see. Okay, this cardstock that I'm using that I print on, all of my cardstock is this. It's the Nina cardstock, laser and inkjet. Well, I'll put a link if I can remember. I'll put a link in the bottom. And I get it on Amazon, just so you guys know. Anyway, I just printed, I took a neutral, one of her neutral backgrounds, and I printed it on both sides of the paper, like that, for all 4 sheets. And I printed 4, just kind of for the background. And then we're going to decorate with her really lovely floral pinks and purples and stuff. But I wanted the neutral kind of to be just for the base, and then it's going to be decorated up. You'll see once we get going. But so just to kind of start, this is where we're going to start, is the base. We're going to take, let's see, for the base, I'm just trying to look at my notes over here. We're going to need 1 7 by 11. So we're going to have to cut this down. This is already 11, so we're going to have to cut it down to 7. And then this one, we're going to do 7. and up to 7.5. So let's cut that down. And this is my Fiskars cutter. Hopefully I'm in frame. Okay, yeah, looks good. All right, so we're going to cut these down to 7. So they're going to be 7 tall, like in total. So it's going to be like 7 tall. That's the plan. All right, so, and then I just kind of keep my scraps somewhere because I can either use them on this project or use them on something else. So this is our one 7 by 11. So I'm just going to set it here. And this is another 7 high. Sorry about my throat, guys. In fact, I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but I haven't because of my cold. And I just didn't want to wait any longer because then I'd really forget, like, okay, how did I want to do this? All right, now this way, this one, so this is 7 by 11. This one we're going to do 7 to 7.5. There we go. All right, so that is what the base so far looks like. I'm just gonna move this over. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start scoring. So I'm gonna get out my scoreboard. Here's my scoreboard. All right, so this piece, that's 7 by 11. We're gonna score, and it's printed on both sides, remember. All right, so we're gonna score at 4 on the 11 long side. We're gonna score at 4, at 5, at 9. You'll score at 4, 5, 9, and 10.5. All right, on the 7.5 inch side, we're gonna score at 3 15/16. On the 7.5 inch side, you're gonna put 3 15/16, which I used my ruler to make a mark, and 5 7/16, which I used my ruler to also make that mark. All right, and then on the 7 inch side, we're gonna make like a little half circle on this side. Okay, so let me move that and put that aside. In my little prototype, I have a little flap on the inside here. And so we're going to make this that's going to attach. So this is going to attach on the inside. It's going to flap up like this. And so for this piece, we're going to need a piece that is 8 by 3 15/16. So I got another piece that I had already printed on both sides. I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it to 8 long. So let's just go like this. 8 by 3 15/16. So that's just the mark right before 4. So there's like a little dot right here. Let me just make sure. In fact, sometimes if I'm not sure, just for safety's sake, I guess, I don't know if safety is the right word, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. I will just take my ruler, make a mark, and then cut it because I'm not always exactly sure with the way that these are marked, especially in this little area here. So 3 15/16 is what we're looking for. I want to cut right there. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like it's just before there. All right. I'm just lining up my little tick mark. I'm going to cut. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to set these leftover papers aside also. Who knows? I could use them for something, maybe hinges or even other things, decorative elements. Who knows? All right, so now we got that. Let me just put this in my drawer. So now for this piece that we just cut, on my little prototype here, all right, I have a 1/2 inch spine and a 1/2 inch piece that I glue. So we are going to make going 8 inches across. We're going to make one score at 1/2 inch. And then another score, so at 1 inch, because that's going to give us a 1/2 inch spine, and then this part we're going to glue. So 1/2 inch on the glue, 1/2 inch spine, and then this is going to be the rest of our flap. And I'll show you how to make that flap. Let me move this. Okay. So what I put on my little notes here is from 2 inches from the top is where I started my curve, and I went to the top over here. I hope that makes sense, but we're going to try to do all of this stuff together. So let's see. So here's the top. We're going to go 2 inches from the top. That's here. And then I just get some sort of circle. All right. I have this little, this is like a little, what are these things called? They're like cake. You put cakes on them. All right. So I'm just going to use this to kind of help. I'm going to put my pencil down here and just put it straight up and down until I know it's going to line up with the top. All the way to the top, like off the page top. There we go. So let's try this. So now we're going to go like this, follow it along until it goes off. So this is the, I don't know if you can see that, but that's the mark that I've made. Now you guys are going to watch me cut a circle, which I really suck at cutting circles, so you'll get to see me in action. My big pair of old scissors, but I do like these scissors, so here we go. Cutting along. There we go. Hold on, let me move that. All right, there we go. All right, so this is what we have so far. The little flap. We have our score marks on here, and you want to fold towards the where it pops up, and fold towards the pop up here. This is gonna be our little flaps. All right. So then let's just go ahead and burnish all of our scores. Okay, this one. And you won't be able to probably see where the score marks are because of the background here. But as we put it together, you guys are gonna, and if you guys are creating and playing along with me, then as we go, you guys will see how it's going to take shape. So you can kind of see how this is starting to unfold. Ha. All right, sorry, that's me and my daughter kind of have this pun way of joking. All right, and I just want to see, I think it goes like this actually. I think it's going to go like that too. We're going to glue it together, these pieces. And then if I lay it out, I'm just going to set it there just for now. But if I lay it out, you can kind of see this. We're going to make a half circle here to cut the flap. Then it's going to have the spine here. It's going to have another section here. Then it's going to be glued, and it's going to have another section. And then our last flap. We'll be gluing this piece with the longest portion between the biggest part of distance between the score line and the edge of the paper. We're going to glue it to each other right on that little half a strip there. That's the plan. So take the glue. Hopefully my glue isn't clogged. Okay. All right. For a second there, I didn't think it was recording. You can do score tape or glue, whatever you like. All right. There we go. There's that. Now, this is going to go here. Let's see. We just want it up to this very first. This half a tab is the part that we're going to have glue on. I'm just trying to decide if it's on the inside or outside. On my prototype, I put it on. I glued it to the outside like that. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. I didn't finish the prototype all the way just because I didn't want to use a lot of ink and resources, so I might regret that as we go, because maybe something won't work, but maybe it will. This was just the first idea that I had to use this kit for. So personally, so I'm just folding this all the way over so I know it's flat. Like that. So I'm going to be using this for my personal prayer folder, and I'm just butting it all the way up to this side, and it gives just the tiniest little bit of room, probably the size of the tip of my score tool here, right at the end, like that. And we might have to trim this down because, I don't know, it goes right to, but maybe that's fine. That seems okay. All right, so there's that. So this is what we have so far. And this is going to fold up. This is going to fold in. Let me just kind of burnish that a little bit more. On the first score, it goes like this, and it goes like this, and it goes like that. It's going to go like that ultimately. But the whole idea is to have enough room in here for play. That's my hope. Anyway, you can kind of see how it's coming along. So that's that. All right, so now let's go ahead and make our half circles. So like I said before, if you do circles or half circles, just find something that you can use. I have another smaller cake thing somewhere. All right, this is actually from a smaller one. This one I believe was 7 inches like circle, and I just cut a little piece. So I'm going to set this aside, and I cut it so it would be pretty much exact. So here's my score line. Probably can't see it very well. I'm just going to go end to end like that. Line it up. And I'm going to take my pencil. Oh, it was over here the whole time. Just want the whole circle to be in there. So it does a nice rounded thing at the top. All right, so there's my mark. Now I'm going to cut around that to make a nice rounded flap. Well, that's the plan. That's the hope. A rounded flap. All right. All right, there we go. That's our flap. So far, this is what we have. We have our little flap here. This kind of goes like that, and it goes like this. So the plan is to have room once it's all together like that. Okay, so at this point, you can distress with some little ink if you want, which I'm going to do. So I might speed this up, or I might just pause the video and then return when I have that done. Move that aside. All right, so I took some notes, and I will link a video of, you can take a screenshot. I know my handwriting is horrible, but for me, I had to start with a base that was 6.5 long by 3.5 wide, and I wanted a 0.25 base going all the way around. That's how thick I wanted my little box to be, like depth wise. So that's important to know how deep you want your box to be, because that's going to be kind of part of the formula. And you can see how I did the formula here for my size, for this size. And I actually had followed a YouTube video. I'm going to link that below. This lady, I think her name is Sarah. I might have gotten that wrong. I'm horrible with remembering names, but I'm going to link her video down below. That's where I got the how-to of making this box. But we're going to do it together on the video here. I just printed out, I'm going to use one of the neutral prints from May's kit. That's printed on both sides. That way I won't have the inside won't be white. And yeah, we're just going to take it from there. So I have a whole bunch of, like, a whole bunch of notes. And actually, this lady that did the instruction video on this, she did a couple of videos. The one that I did here was without tabs. The one I'm going to do today is going to have tabs. That way there won't be such, because if you don't have the tabs, then I don't know if you can see that. There's like a little opening right there. And so I don't want that there. And so if you have tabs, that won't be quite as visible. So that's kind of what I'm going for, but I will link both of those videos that she does on my video, so you guys can watch that and make your own and put your own formulas in, make your own sizes if you need to. But yeah, let's just come along with me. I might just go ahead and speed it up since she's already done a very, very good tutorial on it. But at least then you guys can watch me go through and make mine and see how I did it. And then we'll move on with the rest of our folio. Cut the flap now and the hinge that will go on it. That's going to be the next step. So it's going to be like that. And we're going to put the little hinge on there, and then it's going to be able to flap shut. So I made some notes for myself on that. Okay, so it's like that. Just again, this is prototype. And then we're going to start putting this together. All right. Let's see. So I need, this is for the hinge, I need a piece that's 7 by 1 1/4 for the hinge. Okay, so let's see here. How big is this piece again that I already used? Let's just cut it down to 7. There we go. Set it aside by 1 1/4. 1/4. So, okay, 1 1/4. That's that. Is it 1 1/4? Yeah. Okay. Now let's see. It says score at 1/2 and 3/4. Move some of this stuff out of the way. Grab my scoreboard. Score at 1/2. And 3/4. Okay. Let's burnish this down. All right, and you might want to do a little bit of mitering. On the side, on each short end. So it looks like kind of like that. All right, here we go. So then this is going to go on here. So it'll be like this. We're going to glue that down. You can use tape, but I'm using glue because it gives me that play. Because I want to just try to line it up, really. Okay. Goes there. I just want to make sure it's going to be the width is lined up, or I mean the spine here, because this is going to be what's going to open and be able to close and flap over the top. So when I am satisfied that that's pretty much lined up, pretty good, then I'm just going to burnish that down. Let me just move that for a second. Sorry, guys. Just kind of burnishing it down there. All right, and I'm not putting glue here because I want it to have the flexibility to open all the way up. Okay. And then our next thing is we're going to, oops, sorry, wrong notes. All right, the next thing is we're going to get the paper that you choose for this. So for me, I want to choose something that's like this, like a neutral, at least on the outside, because I want it to blend in with the background. You can choose whatever you like, obviously. And I need that to be 7 by 3 and 15/16. Okay. So I'm going to take, let's see, these are my cutoffs of some 7 by 3 and 15/16. That would look really pretty, huh? Let's go with this one. All right. Move that aside for a second. 7 long. All right, by 3 and 15/16, which usually I don't try to do because, as you guys know, if it's in this area, I just measure it and then make a mark, and then I cut it there. Because otherwise, it's just, I don't get it right, or I can't see it well. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. 3 15/16. That's just how I do things, I guess. All right. There we go. Okay. And then this will be our flap. Let me just set this aside, actually. It's just going to be in the way. Move some of this. Okay, now let's just check it for a second here. So this is going to go on here, and it's going to glue down right lined up to the edge. Oops, right up to the edge like that. So that's what I'm planning to do for that. Okay, now if you want, you can distress it, which I actually might do just a little bit, just because it's just kind of, I did the rest of it in distressing, so it just kind of seems like that's the right move or the right step at this point. Okay, I have some archival vintage photo. And I'm just going to kind of just go around a little bit. I mean, of course you can distress all your pieces before you even glue it if you want to. Or not distress it at all. So, like I said, it's just preference. I'm just doing a little bit. Because you won't see a lot of this. And whatever, it might not be even noticeable, but you know. All right, and then we'll get this. Okay. There we go. Just make sure that's on. I don't want it to dry out on me. Okay, so this is just going to attach. Like I said, it's going to be glued down to the flap like this. Okay, you can glue it on the inside too, which I'm actually on the inside or the outside. It really doesn't matter because we are going to be putting our, let's see how this will look. This is just going to be on the outside like that. So you're really not going to see the edge, if you can tell, but I think I'll just put it on the inside just because, just in case. So I'm going to put the flap, I'm going to glue it to the inside. I'm going to glue the flap on the inside cover. I don't know if I'm making sense. Sorry, guys. I have a little bit of a cold, so I have like that weird zombie head thinking or whatever. I'm using glue again. Obviously, you can use tape or whatever, but I am just wanting the extra wiggle room. Okay. right. Just trying to get it to line up nicely. If you do want to move it, now would be the time because it's still wet glue, at least for me. Unless you use tape, then it's probably down by now. Then you just burnish it into place. I'm just sliding it over just a little bit more so I have a little bit more impact zone. I mean, that's not what it's called, but I'm going to put some magnets there. That's going to shut it. So I want to make sure I have a little bit of some room to do that. Okay. Okay, that seems good. There we go.